the Bus Driver by Patricia A. Clunian. I, at this tender age, cannot possibly afford all of the emotional stress I have been put under lately. Nor can I possibly put up with the ulcer that I must surely be suffering from. Or the headaches, the sleepless nights, the indigestion, the overall embarrassment. No, I'm not a compulsive complainer. Really, I hardly ever complain. But wouldn't you, if your mother drove all your classmates to school and also drove them out of their minds? Please, let me explain. You see, my mother has been caught up with all this woman's lib stuff lately. She's decided it's time for her to get out, get a job, and start a career. Actually, if Dad had his way, she'd be at home, ironing the shirts and washing the soaps. Anyway, one day, completely unknown to us, Mother left the house, wearing her best Sunday dress, carrying the want ads under her arm. Later that evening, she returned home, looking very weary and very weak. But as she burst through the door, that expression changed to one of sheer delight as she yelled at the top of her lungs, "I've got a job! Everyone listen! I've got a job!" Well, the neighbors threatened to call the cops. Spot the dog ran under the couch. Dad almost spilled his martini, and my brother Mark asked if that meant we were finally going to eat dinner. Well, anyway, we went out for dinner. Mother talked and talked and talked about her job. Dad kept trying to swing the subject, but Mom always brought it back to her job. My mother was going to drive a bus. Well, big deal, I thought. So what? Anyone can drive a bus. As long as she wasn't going to drive for my school, I'd be fine. So suddenly, I became a very good listener, in one ear and out the other. Monday morning, the first day on her job. Mother was up at the crack of dawn. She was dressed and out the door by 7 o'clock. I got up, I made my brother's breakfast, and I packed his lunch. Then I got ready for school. But I was really tired. I hadn't gotten much sleep the previous night. I'd sat up wondering and praying that Mom would get the proper training to drive a bus. Suddenly, the prospect of my mother behind the wheel became a very dangerous thought. I left the house, still yawning. I had to run to catch up to the bus as it pulled around the corner. I climbed aboard, found a nice comfy seat at the back, sat down, and sighed rather deep. But suddenly, the bus jerked forward so fast, we were all practically thrown from our seats. I peeked over my own seat to get a good look at the driver. And was I surprised? My mother was driving the bus! I immediately had the urge to jump off the bus, then and there. My face was beet red. My heart was beating to the max. And then came the corner. We missed the turn! We were heading straight for the post office doors! I screamed, "Oh my word!" And a miracle took place. We swerved past the post office, just missing the mailman. And to swear it all off, I swear I heard her laughing. Then, much to my horror, I looked ahead, and I saw a big old cow crossing the street. I gulped at least twice, started to feel sick. And then I looked at my mother's expression. She was grinning ear to ear. Well, she swerved, and she swayed, and she drove the bus right past that cow. I have to admit, the cow was pretty scared. He was running right down the middle of the street. I looked ahead, afraid to see what's coming next. And then I yelled, "Mom, look out for that tree!" Well, she did miss the tree. But she forgot about the bushes. Our bus was now traveling forest preserve. There were branches and leaves flying all over the place. I looked at my mom, but she didn't seem worried. She was almost pleased, for we were making good time. The word was now out. Everyone knew the bus driver was really my mother. I denied it at first. No relation to me. And then I yelled, "Mom, you just passed the school!" As we passed the school, she waved and winked at a man standing nearby. The principal! Oh no! Mom! Do you know what you just did? After all this, I was nearly in tears. The kids on the bus were all saying prayers, and then, with only 3 minutes left before school's to start, Mom made a U-turn, more like a W, and headed back for the school. When we arrived at the school, she opened the door, and like 100 crazy mice, we all scampered off the bus. She closed the doors, and as she left, she yelled, "Have a nice day!" And then she and the bus headed straight for the swings. Never in my life have I ever seen so many kids jumping off swings midair. Nor have I ever seen a paler look than that of the principal as we watched my mother drive away like a wild tiger in the mighty jungle. Well, needless to say, I'm handing in my mom's resignation. Yeah, she knows about it. In fact, she asked me to do it. You see, she would like a job that's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging than driving a bus. She's going tomorrow to talk to Mr. Mack about driving a truck, of course. Oh well, it's like Dad always says, with the experience that she's got behind her, she ought to do a real good job.